I can go ahead. Yes, guys, come on and tap, tap, tap. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Black. Thank you very much, guys. Come on and tap, tap, tap. For some reason, I don't know what's going on with my tap. It's not working. I think I might have to order another one. I don't know what's going on. So let's go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing good out there, enjoying this little chilly weather. I know down here in the south it's kind of chilly down here. It's supposed to be cold. So guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bright Eye. Thank you for sharing the live, guys. Come on and tap, tap, tap so we can go ahead and get this started, okay? I don't know if I'm gonna get to 100K tonight. I'm gonna try to see if I can. Thank you, Miss Black. Thank you for the roses. Thank you very, very much. I know my friend from YouTube is supposed to come on. I'm gonna see if she's gonna come on. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sharing the live out. Let me see if I can go ahead and fix this right here because I am so disappointed. I cannot get my thing to work. I don't know what's going on. I probably had dropped it. I don't know. So let's go ahead and tap, 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 guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And share this live out. I'm just in here just talking. I really didn't set up a topic of what I'm going to talk about. So I'm just here, okay? So let's go ahead and share the live out, tap, 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 so we can go ahead and get this started, okay? So guys, come on and let's talk to your girl. You know, just don't let me talk to myself. Make sure you go ahead and tap that live out so we can go ahead and get to at least before I start, you know, I like to go break the ice at 5K, okay? So thank you for coming in to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Unapologetic at 9 buys. Yes, let's go ahead and tap, tap, tap. So thank you guys. Thank you very much, Miss Black. Thank you for sharing the live out, guys. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And if you can hear me real good, guys, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you guys can hear me real good because on my end it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, okay? I don't know why, but it's all good in the neighborhood, okay? So let's tap, tap, tap. Thank you for sharing the live out. Thank you very much. That's what I am talking about. When you come on, you know exactly what to go ahead and do. That's what I call good friends. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let me see what I can do on my end. See if I can do something on my end because I can't even get mine to work. I don't know what's going on. So hold on one second. I can hear you talking. Hold on one second. So in the minute I get on live, that's when everybody wants to start talking. Hold on one second. Even though I'm in my dining room, so I'm not in my studio. But we don't want to hear no conversations, okay? Hold on one second. So come on, guys. Let's go ahead and share the live out. Come on, let me know that you are in the house, guys. Let's go ahead and engage. Let's talk. Don't let me just talk to myself, okay? So let's talk. And from now on, guys, when I open up my live, my platform to you guys, if you guys give me a violation, I promise you, you won't be back on my channel again. Because about now, the ones that I let on, you guys know exactly what the protocols are. You know the protocols. You know exactly what to say, what to trigger off TikTok, which, you know, when it comes to TT is very, very, very sensitive. But we know exactly what words that we cannot use in order, you know, to keep this going. So please don't give me a violation. I don't mind opening up my platform to you guys, you know, giving you guys a voice so you guys can go ahead and, you know, chop it up or, you know, talk about something that you guys are very, very passionate about. But we should know exactly how to articulate our words where we don't have to get all in our feelings, because I promise you, half of the people that you don't know, you're not going to see them in your personal life, okay? So why should we allow people that we don't know to trigger us? Make it make sense, okay? So if you want to come on this platform, guys, you know, like I said, respect my platform. Make sure, you know, you use words that, you know, that's, you know, appropriate. also words that it's not going to trigger TT, okay? You know how it is. Like I said, even though this might be our platform, but this is not our house. So make sure when you come in, make sure, guys, just be respectful. I know we are very, very passionate when it comes to certain things. So let's go ahead and click, 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 guys, because for some reason, I can't do nothing on my end. I don't know what's going on with my tablet. My tablet is not working at all, okay? So let's go ahead and tap, tap, tap so we can get this started. I guess I'm going to go ahead and order me another one because this one is not working at all. So guys, look, I know why it's not working because I keep dropping it. That's probably why it's not working because I keep dropping it. So come on guys, let's go ahead and tap, 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 drop it again. So I see why it's not working. So let's go ahead and share the live out, guys. It's something that I wanted to go ahead and talk about. Let me see if I can open this up because I found this right here was very, very interesting. And we already know that this right here, it was about to happen. So I want to make sure I read it. And don't take my word, like I said in here, go and check out things for yourself. Like when it comes to Google has a huge search engine, which we got to watch that as well because we already know that people pour information in. But this right here, this is facts, okay? This is not something that I went ahead and made up. I knew that the first is going to be last, and even though that is scripture, the first is going to be last and the last is going to be first. And you see right now God is raising up his people, okay? So when you come on here, guys, make sure that you check out my bio. Check out my bio so you can know exactly when you come on, what I am talking about. You're not going to be surprised, okay? But I want to go ahead and share this. So if you are new to this platform, guys, right above my head, you're going to see a heart. Go ahead and click on that heart. Make sure that you follow all of the little options and set your notification so you will know exactly when I come on live, which, shoot, I keep dropping this freaking tapper, which is not working anyway. So let me go ahead and put it right here. I'm trying to see if I can charge it up. Maybe if I charge it up, it might work. But you should know exactly the protocols. But if you are new to this platform, guys, right above my head, you should see that heart. Go ahead and tap on that heart. Also, make sure you set your notifications so you will know exactly when I come on live. Okay, so I'm going to see how long I'm going to go ahead and stay. But let's go ahead and click. Come on and click, 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 click those hearts. Those hearts do not cost you a freaking dime. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's click, click, click so we can be able to get to at least 5K. I usually go ahead and get to 5K about time I start. Okay, so let's go ahead and click, click, click. But in the meanwhile, I want to go ahead and show you this right here. You can go ahead and check it out because, like I said, when it comes to Google has a huge engine. Go out there and you check it. But this information, this is facts. I already knew that this time was going to come. I've been talking about this for a very, very long time. But right here, I had pulled this article, and go and check it out. Don't take my word. Go ahead and check it out. Okay. My girl says she loved the outfit. Thanks to, let me make sure I give my girl a shout out. I was going to go ahead and pin it up, but I didn't want to pin it up because when it comes to TikTok and when I come on about this time, I usually open up my panel and just let it flow. But I said that I was going to start back doing my little shoppable items, but this outfit right here, I didn't pin it up, so I'm not going to stand up, okay? But this outfit, I went ahead. This is an all-in-one little jumper that I have. I got it from my one and only Miss Black 432. Okay, so make sure you go into her shoppable cart. And if you want this outfit right here, which I'm not going to stand up, okay, but it is an all-in-one little jumper. I really like it. It's very, very comfortable. and it's the right time for this weather right here. So my girl said, let me see. She said, I love the outfit. When I saw it on my girl, I sat there and say, oh, I got to make sure that I get this right here, okay? But I might go ahead and do a little short so I can show you guys exactly how this outfit is, okay? But I didn't want to go ahead and pin it up because how TT is. Once you start pinning up shoppable items and you're not in the screen, they like to go ahead and give you a violation, and I didn't feel like messing with that. So that's the reason why I didn't go ahead and pin it up. But this outfit right here, I got it from Miss Black 432. She says, thanks, it looks great. Thank you very much. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and order some more because I really like how it fits. It's very, very warm, for this type of weather. And I like it. I really, really like it. It's good to, just go ahead and walk up, around the house or go out there and do your little grocery shopping. It's very, very comfortable. It's very, very warm. Okay, so this right here is a jumper. So shout out to my girl. Make sure you go ahead and check out her shoppable items. Miss Black 432. Okay, so guys, come on now. Let's tap, 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 tap. Get your girl up there. Where am I? I think you guys got me at 3K. Let's go ahead and at least get me to. Before I get off, guys, my goal is to get to 100K. Okay. For some reason, when it comes to my tablet is not working. Okay, but I think that I have some good people in here where they know, hey, let's go ahead and get the girl up there. Okay. So again, guys, peace and blessings. Thank you all for coming into Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and non-biased. As you can see right here, only grown folks. Okay. So guys, I'm going to talk about. I went ahead and I pulled out this article. And it says that African population will hit 2.5 billion. 2.5 billion by 2050. Did you hear what I'm saying? African population is going to hit 2.5 billion by 2050. And I already had told you guys, I told you way before I even saw this article, I think it was the other day, I already knew that all this stuff was going to happen. They already knew, hey, we don't die, we multiply. And the reason why we had that decline is because, like I said, what did they do? They like to go ahead and they like to go ahead and delete us, take us off. You already know when it came to Christopher Columbus, when they was trying to colonize, they saw millions of people that was already indigenous to this land, but like I said, we already know exactly when it comes to these crafty counselors. But like I told you guys many, many, many times, that the truth must be told and not sold. Okay, so let me go ahead and read this little article. So guys, if you are just coming in, welcome to Unapologetic Nine Talk. So right here it says African population will hit 2.5 billion by 2050. Now you remember when our former president Biden, he was saying that the population of the YT is soon to be the majority, which I've been telling you, and the ones that's been following me on YouTube, you know exactly. I've been telling you guys way before President Biden even talked about it, which we was already the majority. Okay, we was already the majority. The only reason why, because like I said, who holds the pen holds the power. And back then, when they was trying to colonize, the reason why they said when it came to the Europeans that they was the majority is because when people was coming into this country, if they was Chinese, if they was Asians, and they looked the part, they would click in that box, they would click white. So that's the reason why it was like the majority, because back then, in order for them to come into this country, they had to pick a box, they had to pick a side. But when it comes to this younger generation right now, I don't care if you're Asian, I don't care if you're Chinese, I don't care if you're Mexican, I don't care who you are. These younger generation, they're not going to sit there and click no any box. They're going to stand on their truth. And that's the reason why you're seeing the first going to be last and the last going to be first. So let me go ahead and finish reading to you. It says, African population will hit 2.5 billion by 2050, the largest workforce on earth. Did you hear what I'm saying? So you don't see I see my girl is in the house, goddess. Yes, my girl is in the house, goddess. Thank you very, very much. Tomorrow, girl, I want you to come on, and also I want you to meet my good friend, Miss Black 432. I'm gonna make sure I text you guys so we can come on tomorrow, okay? Or maybe late on the night. I might stay on till my eyes start getting heavy, okay? So goddess, make sure right above my head, click on that heart. Go ahead and click on that heart because she's new to TikTok. Click on the heart and follow the little instructions or whatever. But long as you click on that heart and you set your notification, you're going to know exactly what time that I come on. Also, make sure you go ahead and click on the hearts. So when you click on the hearts, it's going to go ahead and get my numbers up there, which I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to text you tonight so you can know exactly how to go ahead and, be on these TikTok streets because me and her, we be rolling on YouTube, okay? Yeah. So guys, again, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. So let's go ahead and continue talking about the population, the largest workforce. And the thing about it is so sad, that you don't see people talking about stuff like this. If it's something that, foolish and arguing about people, they're going to talk about. But when it's something that is real issues, real facts, you're going to hear crickets. Tell me why. Why you don't see people on their platform talking about this right here when it comes to African population will hit 2.5 billion by 2050, the largest workforce on earth, while others are declining. Did you hear what I said? Why others are declining. And you wondering why you see people acting the way that they acting today? Because like I said, they know that their time is almost over. Cock-a-doodle-doo, okay? Cock-a-doodle-doo. And this is not, sitting there trying to say, good. No, it's not that. Like I said, we already know when it came to what we read about these prophecies to come, you was only to sit here and just roam and cause so much havoc for 1,000 years. The 1,000 years is up. The clock has struck zero. So let me go ahead and read it again for the ones that's in the back, because see, you're not going to hear nobody talking about this because see, this don't get too many clicks and likes, okay? But this is facts. And that's what they don't want us to hear. So African population will hit 2.5 billion by 2050, the largest workforce on earth. Okay, so like I said, the harvest is plentiful right now, guys. The harvest is plentiful, so it's time for us to put our boots on the ground. I mean, God is just springing up stuff in dry places. This right here is what I call harvest time. By 2050, the largest workforce on earth, this entire planet, the entire planet, going to be the African population by 2050. Don't take my word. Go out there and check it yourself. See, some of the stuff that you be hearing when on social media or on news, all that stuff, like I said, they are not going to report stuff like this because they don't want you to hear. They do not want you to hear that the largest workforce on earth is going to be ran by the African population, while others are declining, especially Caucasian. Go and check it out yourself. And you already know when it came to Caucasian owned almost 90%. I would sit there and say close to 100% because we only own no more than 1 or 3% of corporate business today. And when I say we, I'm talking about the Black community. Yes, we only own no more than 1 or 3% of corporate businesses. When it comes to the YT people, they own almost 96% of corporate business. And the ones that they allow in, like the agents, they own probably about, I would give it maybe about 4%, but we only own 1%. But we've been here since the beginning, but only on 1% of corporate businesses. Make it make sense. But like I said, God is about to turn the tables. What you are seeing right now, you are seeing the Most High God is turning the tables. So right here, I'm going to keep repeating until somebody sit there and wake the hell up and see, hey, the chickens are coming home to roost. So let me go ahead and say it again. African population would hit 2.5 billion by 2050, the largest workforce on earth, while others are declining, especially Caucasian. So right there, let's go ahead and finish reading, because just like I said, this right here, this is Bible prophecies. The first is going to be last, and the last is going to be first. So, guys, if you are just coming in, go ahead and grab your daily heart, share the live out. Make sure you keep clicking. Get your girl up there, because I'm giving you some information. I promise you some good information. This is not here to sit there and give you no doom and gloom. I am sitting there right now where you should be dancing like David. You should be dancing your clothes off, okay? What my girl say? My girl says, speak. That's what I'm talking about. In here, she knows me. She been, me and her been friends for a very long time. She knows me, honey. I'm going to stand on my truth, okay? And that's real talk. So, yes, the core claim here aligned with current. So let's go ahead. African population indeed project to reach approximately 2.5 billion by 2050, up from about 1.5 billion today, driven by high fertility. So fertility rate, like I said, we don't. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, I'm back. So right here, and like I say, this information right here, if you said and say, oh, this boring, that's just show you where your mindset at. Because this right here, this is some information that's gonna leave legacies down to your children's children, let you know, hey, we are coming up, which we was already up. But now you see right now, when it comes to this younger generation right now, this younger generation, like I said, they are with their boots on the ground and not just dancing and butt dancing. They are actually out there is doing business. So right here it says driven by the high fertility rate and improving life expectancy in many countries. And you can go and check out this information yourself. It says this would represent about 25% of the global population, which is expected to hit around 9.7, 9.8 billion. You hear me? So regarding the workforce, okay, it says that African is projected, because this is the younger generation. God is using this younger generation from 15 through 64. You're going to see, like I said, you're going to see a great rise. You're going to see so many businesses where you're going to be, like they say, you're going to be sipping out of salsa. You're going to see an overflow. What I'm talking about right now, this is an overflow where, like I said, hey, our cup is going to be running over. Why do you think right now that these people is out there causing so much havoc? Why do you think that these people, they look like they're walking around with their panties all in a bunch? Because they know they are privy to this information, but you're not. And the reason why you are not privy to this information, because you are still asleep. You still sitting there waiting for some hocus pocus story, or trying to go out there and troll and see how you can be able to tear each other down. But like I said there and say, either you're in or you're out, either you're hot or you're cold. It's it. Ain't nobody going to babyfy you. Nobody is not going to wait on you, because this is it. Like I said, the harvest is plentiful. Listen to me right now. The harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. This is the right time right now to be good stewards when it comes to your money, because I promise you, honey, everybody gonna get a piece. It's not gonna be like our colonizers. You remember when they went and they scrabbled for Africa, when everybody got a piece of a pie, you get a piece, they get a piece, but we couldn't even eat at our own table. But like I said, God is turning it around right now. God is turning it around right now. Africa is projected to grow to around 1.6 billion by 2050, according to for nearly 25% of the global total, and making it the largest region workforce on this planet. I didn't make this up. I didn't make this up. Go and check it out yourself, okay? So this is because Africa population still young and is entering its prime working year, while many other regions facing aging. They aging. Listen to it. What it's saying. Listen. So right here, and that's why they're mad right now. They mad right now. Where now they are saying, now say allegedly, okay, they are trying to build a dome over the United States. They sit there and say because of other missiles and all this other stuff, no, you're trying to sit there and hide from the sun because you know good and well we need the sun because we are connected to that sun, okay? You already know, like I said, he that have an ear, let him hear. So let's go ahead and finish talking because this is some good information. This is because African population still young and is entering its prime working year, while many other regions facing aging population and shrinking workforce. Asia, let's go ahead and talk about Asia. Asia, currently the largest, is expected to see its working age population peak and then decline due to low birth rates in countries like China and Japan, with projections showing it's about 3.1 or 3.3 billion by 2050, but trending downwards overall. So it's talking about China and Japan. Now let me go ahead and tell you a secret. Now don't go and tell nobody, okay? So you see why China and Japan is, where are they at? They are in Africa. You are seeing right now China and Japan men is marrying African women. Because like I said, what they're trying to do is they know that their sperm count, and I'm going to say that because I'm not a doctor, okay? All this right here, like I said, go check it out yourself. This is for research and for, research purposes only, okay? So don't take my word. Go out there and check it out yourself. But what they'll do is they'll try to preserve, and go and interbreed, which they was doing it from the beginning. These people are smart, but we just can't wake up. Because once they have that child, most likely they're going to teach them child their habits. They're going to teach their child their culture. And before you know it, that's exactly how it repeats itself. But this younger generation, I pray that you wake up, okay? He that have an ear, let him hear, okay? But right here, it says, as for other populations, now we're already going to talk about China and Japan, okay? They are going declining as well, which now they sit there saying that they are the highest, okay? But that's going to turn, okay? So as for other population declining, especially when it comes to Caucasian, we already know when it comes to Caucasian, when it comes to the male, they've been what's reported, and even the president of the United States, Biden, had said that sooner or later when it comes to the YT, they're going to be the minority, which they've been was the minority. Like I said, who holds the pen holds the power. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is some very good information, okay? Some good information. The only reason why you don't like what's saying it, because, like I said, you still asleep, okay? So right here it says, as for other population declining, especially Caucasian, often referring to the YT or European descendants population. Yes, it is absolutely relative term in globally. The YT population share is projected to drop below 10%. 10%, their fertility rate is to drop by 10% by 2050 due to faster growth in non-white regions, okay? Through absolute numbers may stabilize or slightly decline depending on migration and birth rates. Let's go ahead and break that down. What do they mean when they say by migration? Is when they interbreed with a more dominant sperm, okay? So then they might be able to preserve it. But like I said, nothing is new under the sun. This is nothing new. It's only new to you. So when we sit there, we seeing, oh, we promoting all this and this and that. Yeah, they're going to tell you that. They're going to make it seem like it's so right. They even tell you when it comes to you, oh, let's go ahead and, let's lighten it up. You remember the brown paper bag and all this stuff? They're going to do that. But like I say, we are dominant from our eyes to our melanin skin, even when it comes to our melanin. And this is not being racist. Go and check it out yourself. Like I said, when it comes to my people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. This is not being racist. Even when it comes to the melanin that's in our skin, it's like liquid gold. The melanin in our skin is more worth than gold, worth more than gold. They know that. It was a report that they was looking for to do a research, and the government is spending billions of dollars to the military to do research on synthetic melanin. These people don't want no synthetic melanin. We don't even want synthetic medicine. When we go to the pharmacist, we don't want synthetic medicine. So what makes you think that we want synthetic melanin? These people want the real deal. Make sure you check on your loved ones. You see, hey, he that have an ear, let him hear. Make sure you check on your loved ones, especially when it comes to the younger ones. Some of these young ones, they ain't just being missing, just coming out missing for nothing. No, check on them. Because the melanin that's in you is like liquid gold. And they might sit there and tell you that it's not true, or putting it in computer chips, putting it in all types of stuff that these people are inventing and everything. Because this right here is what we call the age of information. AI, robots. We're going to have robots in a few that going to look just like humans. We don't see them. We don't know who we walking by. You can be passing robots right now when you're going to the stores or on the streets. But a percentage of that robot is also human. Now I'm going to stick a pin in that right there because like I said, hey, that's some information for another day. So let's go ahead and read it. And like I said, guys, don't take my word. I don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in, so don't take my word. Just like I went out there and I got this information, you can go out there and get the same information. But the ones that have been following me for a very, very long time, they know I've been talking about this way before this information even came out. Okay? So, yes, it is absolutely relative. Okay? So the global of the white population share a project to drop between 10% by 2050 due to the fastest growth in non-white region through absolutely numbers may stabilize or slightly decline depending on migration. Okay? So we got the president right now of the United States, Donald Trump, is trying to sit there and get these people out and all this other stuff. All that right there, don't be shocked because they really don't want them. Like I said, listen to me, they really don't want them. They want the dominant sperm. They really want you because they think that they're going to be able to make America great again. They really want the dominant one, okay? I was watching a video where a guy right now was talking to the news people, his attorney, where ICE went ahead and ran him down. American. Ran him down. Was sitting there saying, this guy talk American and was running him down. Like I said, we've been counted like sheep for the slaughter for a very, very long time. But that's it. You fooled me once, but you're not going to fool me twice. This younger generation is not like our parents. This younger generation is not like our forefathers. Okay? So right here, let's go ahead and continue reading. So in the U.S., for example, the non-Hispanic, load the television down some. So the European overall population, let me see where I'm at. I hope you guys can hear me because I'm in a dining room, okay? Oh Lord, the dog is snoring. Lower the television down a little bit. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on a second, guys. So sorry about that. Come on, guys. Let's go ahead. That's the younger generation. Yeah, the younger generation. Like I said, honey, the younger generation is not like our parents. And I'm not mad. And the reason why I'm not mad when it comes to the younger generation, because I still have grandchildren. I'm still leaving legacies. So, like I said, one person plant, another person water, and God gives the increase. So, if the younger generation gonna go ahead and pull it out, go ahead and do it. I may not see the promised land, just like Martin Luther King said, but at least I know that my children gonna be able to see it. That's just how when it came to Moses. Moses was able to see just a glimpse. He was not able to cross over. Even if I see a glimpse, I'm happy right now with the information that I am sharing with you guys today. I'm very happy. Because now you see right now, like I said, the tables are turning. Where the first gonna be last and the last is gonna be first. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. Nobody mad but the devil, okay? Like I said. This right here, I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it. So let's go ahead and read it. So right here it says in the U.S., for example, the non-Hispanic white population, we already know when it came to the white Hispanic, back then they was checking white. So when they was checking that box, that's the reason why you saw when they're saying the white population was the highest, was the majority, because the Hispanics was clicking those boxes. But right here it says the non-Hispanic white population is expected to decrease as well. Yes. Did you hear what I said? Do I need to repeat myself again? Who? In the USA, non-Hispanic white population is expecting to decrease from about 197 million today to around 179 million by 2060, while other groups grow. European overall population, predominant white, is also projected to shrink by about 4% by 2050 due to the low fertilities. Not all population are declining. Asian and parts of Latin America will slow grow overall, but developed regions with the majority white population are generally seeing stagnating or drops. So when it comes to the YT population, they're going to be hit hard. They're going to be hit hard. That's why I said there and say, learn to embrace who you are. You are God and goddesses. Everything about you is dominant. And I'm not sitting there, trying to puff up. But we already know that time is going to come. We knew we was going to rise. We had no other choice but to come up because we've been down for so long. We've been down for so long. And the thing about it is that we think, thank you very much, Minister, we think that all this right here, what we've been through, had happened 2,000 years ago. No, it happened no more than a few hundred years ago. But these people, like I said, they was running fast. They was running fast. They used our people like we wasn't even human. Most of this stuff because they use our people because they know that we don't die, we multiply. They use millions of our people to help push what we call make America great again. But this younger generation sat there and say, oh no, we ain't gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna help you sitting there allowing history to repeat itself. This younger generation is not gonna do it. So they sitting there saying, we got our own people. I was so upset. I even heard, I came on live. I was very upset. Where our own people sitting there saying, now that when it comes to Trump, Trump, he's getting all the illegal immigrants out. Let's go ahead and use the people that's incarcerated and let's put them in the fields, giving them the jobs that the immigrants, now that, they being deported, give it to the prisons. I say, devil, you is a liar and the truth is not in you. What you trying to do? You trying to sit there and help these people make America great again? So if you go and you get the ones that's incarcerated, what do you think that's going to happen, brother? We sit there and say, I can't believe. Like I say, all kin folks ain't skin folks. So he's talking about getting the ones that was incarcerated and get them to go and do the jobs that the immigrants, now that they have been deported, get them to do that. So what that means? That means that we're gonna have over policing. We're gonna have these K3Ks all in our community just looking like ICE, which we see them right now. Their face should not even be covered. Every person that is working in the United States shouldn't even have their face covered. And we should sit there, we should go and make a big stink about that, because just to see that, I will be terrorized. I will be trauma because of the stuff that we saw when it came to our forefathers, how these people had hoodies. Now they can walk around and cover up their face. So what do you think that's going to happen if we get the ones that's incarcerated and put them on those jobs and giving them no more than 3%? Not 3%, 3 cents a day. That's how much they pay the prisons. Some of them get no more than 3 cents. And who they gonna work for? They're gonna work for the corporate business. So the YT business, like I said, gonna be great again. That's like slavery. If you're going to get the ones that's incarcerated, what my girl said, I think about the babies that are scary. Absolutely, because that's exactly what's going to happen. They ain't teaching your kids nothing anyway. They're teaching them from school to the prison pipeline. So what do you think is going to happen? They're going to try to figure a way to get those kids out there to do their business, and history is just going to repeat itself. That's why I sat there and say, it's sad when our own people think like that. But God don't hold us for these knuckleheads just because they don't want it. Everything you are saying is why I found my movement. Absolutely. 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 Hey, my brother, how you doing?
I heard you teach. I saw you live. I was like, oh, let me join Spiritual Mother real quick.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. For some
Hey, poster.
say, hey, my brother, minister, say something.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm outside.
Oh,
I'm
okay, I can
walking.
hear you now. Oh, I can hear you now. Okay, I had to set my earbuds. Now, what you're saying?
I saw you go live. I was like, let me join up. I thought you had a panel. You always have a panel.
Yeah, I have a piano. I'm not going to have it maybe until late on the night.
That's why.
Maybe,
Yeah, I'm used to
yeah,
seeing
maybe
you.
later on.
I'm used to seeing you with a panel. I was like, where's the panel at?
Yeah, maybe later on. The reason why, I wanted to make sure I get all this information out because you know how people are. They are very passionate when they talk, and this information, is just going to just be by the wayside because everybody wants to talk about what they want to talk about instead of talking about this right here. So I say, let me make sure that I get all this out before I decide to open up a panel. Let's see if I do open up one today. But what you think about so far of what's the population in the jobs and how when it comes to Africans in this entire planet, the workforce is just going to be to the roof. So what's your thoughts about that?
I mean, it's simple. When it comes to Africans, African Americans, bro, we've been warning
No, not
for
African
Africans. We've
America,
been
this
warning them for
entire
the.
planet.
No, no. But I'm gonna start with Africans. When it comes, I'm gonna start with the Africans. I'm gonna go down the line, right? When it starts with the Africans, we as Black Americans, we've been warning them for the longest that they were that they weren't African. They're starting to catch on to now, as of recently, with other things that's been going on in the media. They've been starting to catch on. Oh, they were right. We we not just African. We dropped that narrative in the '60s. They've been pushing. I'm African. I'm African. We kept telling them, no, you're not, brother. Sister, no, you're not. You one of us. No, no. And now they're seeing it. For the Hispanics, we told them the same thing. No, stop. Come over here. It's greener. No, no, no. We with the white folk. And you starting to see what's going on in LA and all over. We warn every single community. They push us to the side. That's a black issue only. And now that they're facing that same jurisdictions to the society, black people come over here. We need your help. Well, no, we warned you. You know? So many times you have warned them. So many times you're still on the battlefield telling them, oh, Mexicans, bro, they finna take you out. No. So all it is just, like you said, is prophecy fulfilling itself. After the warnings comes chastisement. Now, after it all, hopefully they can come see the light. But at the end of the day, we can't keep holding hands with them because we warned them. Now it's time for that belt to come out and the mother start beating ass. Sorry, TikTok. We love you, TikTok. Like, so many times we warned them, and when the mom, when mom comes in and mom warns you, mom sent elder siblings to come in to teach you, and you didn't want to listen. What happens? Mom come in and mom whoops on you until you wake up. So that's how I see it. I look at it like that. I'm like, okay, I'll jump in when it's some time, but I'm gonna let them get their butt whooped a couple times before I come save them again. If they don't listen the second time, I don't know what to tell you. I'm worried about me and mine first, me and my people first.
Absolutely. And that's why I said, the first gonna be last and the last gonna be first. And you're seeing right now, you are seeing prophecies being fulfilled. The ones that have been following me, they know I've been saying for a long time, we don't have to do anything. All we have to do is sit on the wall and pop your popcorns and just watch. That's all you have to do. Just pop your popcorns and watch. And I've been saying this. So, like I said, when it comes to us, we ain't going nowhere. And the reason why we're not going nowhere because we are part of God's promises. We are Alpha and Omega. We are the beginning and the end. We are not going nowhere. And you all know I've been talking about this for a long, long time. A very, very long. Look, my girl say that's it and that's all. Absolutely. She know. I've been talking about it for a long time. Sit on the wall, pop your popcorns. 'Cause we ain't going nowhere. The first gonna be last and the last gonna be first. That's coming out of Matthew. Like I said, out of Matthew's. This is real. And don't take my word. Go out there and check out it yourself. Go read that information for yourself. Don't just take my word. Go and check it out yourself. Hey, my brother, how are you doing? Peace and blessings.
Clock on the dot. That's kind of interesting too, though. But I got chills running through my body right now. Do you know this picture that is sitting behind you has been in my family for years? But the only thing that's different, it's not green, it's gold in the back of our background. So I don't know how I got here. I hit just flipping through and then bow. I said, "What?" So I must be here for a reason. So salute to you and everybody here.
Absolutely. I
I
stay.
talked to your brother,
Thank
I
you.
think, the other day too. So peace, and I'm gonna just listen for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. But this is also some, this is some good information. And this younger generation, they gonna have their boots on the ground. They got their boots, they're ready. They're not like our forefathers. And this information right here, guys, go check it out yourself. Don't take my word. Minister, if you feel like you want to chime in, anybody wants to chime in, go ahead and chime in. You can go ahead and talk. But this right here, this is some good information. And I just hope, especially when it comes to our people, we pull up this type of information, knowing that we are rising. Don't let these people tell you, hey, we are out. No, we are rising. And not just certain parts of the country, the entire planet. The entire planet. We are rising up while everything else is declining. This is good, guys. I don't know about you, but this is some good information. Peace and blessings, guys. This is some good information. And that's why I sit there and say, stop getting all in your feelings. Stop letting things distract you. Because the minute when you start getting in your feelings, you distract. You said these people don't know what they're doing. Because the truth don't need to be defended. The truth stands on its own. So if you out there and you know you holding on to this truth, you don't have to get angry. You don't have to walk around with your panties all in a bunch. Stand on your truth. They know. That's why they're plotting right now. Because they know that their time is almost up. Their time is almost up. And this is real talk. Can't get no real than this. Go and check out this yourself. African is indeed the birthplace of all humans, the humanity of all humans. And this is not being racist. This is not being racist at all, of all humanity. No other race. A black man is like magic. They can make from the chocolates to the whitest with blue eyed blonde hair. No other human being on this earth can do that. But they told us to hate ourselves. And we walking around hating each other. We can't be in the same company for 5 seconds without fighting each other. Wake up. Wake up, guys. It's time for us to wake up. So right here it says, let's go ahead and read this part because we already know when it comes to the original black man, we already know. We already know who it is. Okay, I don't even need to read that part, but historically, African never had the absolute. So right, let's see right here when it comes to all this right here. These people know what's going on. So right here it says this is all prophetic. If you are spiritual, this also is prophetic because it talks about it in the book of Revelation. And once you see the rise of our people, the ones that went ahead and put that heavy yoke around our people, they're gonna be asking, what must I do to be saved? They said there, the church told us that we won't be asking that. No, we ain't gonna be asking that. They gonna be asking, what must I do to be saved? So right here it says, let me go ahead and read this part. Now, as we discussed, African population is booming. African population is booming towards 2.5 billion by 2015 and potentially 4 billion by 2000 and well, close to 2050, with the youngest, fastest growing workforce globally. We've been working for everybody. Everybody got a piece except us. But yet they want to sit there and call us lazy. Even our president. We remember when Biden, the former president of the United States, Biden, he said they say everybody, blacks always got his back. We got your back, but President, you sure ain't had our back. Okay? Hey, brother, I see you back. So right here, European, East Asia, and many majority white region facing a stagnated or declining due to low birth rates. What are your thoughts about that, my brother? Hmm?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
All you seeing right now, if you're not seeing those prophecies coming alive, something got to be wrong. Like I said, the first gonna be last and the last gonna be first, and that's exactly what you're seeing right now. We've been marginalized, we've been exploited, we've been deemed as doomed as out. But now we're sitting there seeing how people is coming up. You see, we are rising. This is what you call right now. You call this right here restoration. Restoration. And even if I don't see it, at least I heard it. That's all that matters. If I don't see it, at least I heard it. Now I could sit there and I say, hey, when it comes to my grandkids, I see that their future gonna be very, very bright. They don't have to go through what we went through. That's exactly how I see it. This right here is what I call restoration. So what you're
Oh,
witnessing right now, go ahead,
that's
my brother.
facts.
Go ahead.
That's facts. Uh, I just ran across my 5 years being on TikTok. I've ran across a lot of spiritual people, and especially men. And the main persons I put together with every single one of them is they're afraid of the matriarch. They're afraid that, and it reminds me of my daughter loves this movie. She loves the Barbie movie. At the end of the movie, when the matriarch returns, the main source creator, they're, they're afraid of the fact is that they have fell into the trap that they believed that they were the lead this whole entire time. Remember, in the end of the movie, they have convinced themselves that all of this was real. Everything. They're afraid. So they say, oh yeah, it's supposed to be equal upper. No, 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 no. Duality does not mean that. Duality means we service each other, yes, but it's one at top. It was never you. That's why the mother is called the mother father. It was never you, but they convinced themselves through the help of the Romans. I had an argument with this African brother. He was, yeah, yeah, you can't blame the Romans. Like, you can't blame the Romans. They taught this to you. They taught you this pathological,
You're
narcissistic
wrong.
role
Absolutely.
that convinced you that you were actually in charge. So now you're running around, and now they're running around teaching patriarchy to a world that no longer needs it. And it's been convinced for millions of years that patriarchy was needed so far that you became to create your own delusions. And it's like, come on, bro, you don't see this? My wife was like, which character would you rather be? I said, I'd choose to be Alan. Because if you notice in that movie, I'm sorry to bring up movies, but if you notice in that movie, Alan was the only breed of his kind. And his main line was, I don't like this world. I want to go back to how things used to be. People miss the images and the glimpses that they put in the movies. Because they tell you, anything that's fiction is non-fiction. Anything that's sci-fi is most definitely science. Anything that's entertainment is non-entertainment, and they're telling you what they did. So when they made Boys in the Hood, Trust and Believe, they was telling you what they were going to do. When they made Menace to Society, they was telling you what they were doing. When they made The Parkers, they was telling you what's in the process. When they made Good Times, they was telling you what was going on in that process. They split everything up and they told you, and they were breaking it down. That's why it said we was reclassified over 12 times before we got to our final form. Classified 12 times from Negro, Black, Colored, Native, Indian, to now we're our final form, nigga.
Yep.
Like, so you mean to tell me we went through all these classifications to get to one final form?
That's it.
Yes. They taught you these things. You mean to tell me that the Hispanic man went from brown, black, and multiple other things before he got to Hispanic? The white man went from white to olive to he's just a white American. They were telling us these things, promoting a show like Full House on live televised broadcasting TV. A man with three other men in a household raising three girls. They will tell you what they were doing. It was nothing was hidden. So when I hear my spiritual community, and I hear the community loud and clear, they say, it was hidden. No, it wasn't. It was telling you, admitting it in broad day. A white man brings in his wife is unalived, and natural causes, of course, and he brings in three other men to help him raise three girls.
Your mic is on mute, but he's absolutely right. But I am so glad for this great awakening, and the only reason why we are not privy to this information is because we still stuck into the matrix. Like I said, hey, what you're seeing right now is just a fear tactic. These people are trying to put you to sleep. These people are trying to put fear upon you, but because they know we are coming out. We are coming out. I promise you guys, we are coming out. Don't take my word. Go out there and check it yourself. We are coming out of this right here. We are rising up. I mean, we are rising up just like how we were when we was in Pharaoh's house. You remember how we had heard the story? That's exactly what you're going to see right now. It's just like the story of Pharaoh. We didn't die. We multiply. You remember the comedian used to sit there and say, as much as Pharaoh was trying to oppress us, to keep us in bondage, we just kept multiplying. And that's exactly what you're seeing right now. They're not going to televise this right here. The only thing that you're going to hear them televise is doom and gloom. That's it. But they're not going to televise that we are rising up. We are rising up. Just like when in Pharaoh house, they're going to have to let us go. They're going to have to give back 7 times 7. And that's just in interest of all that they have taken from us. Because you already know when it came to these people, they didn't know how to live with each other. They didn't know how to share. But I thank God that we were able to go through it because the next generation, our generation, is not going to go through what our forefathers went through, not even what we've been through. Our next generation is not going to do that. That's why I said they're insane. We got to go out there and do our own research. Don't take their word just because you see that they televise and all this stuff. They're going to televise this. It's called propaganda. But they're not going to tell you the truth. Just like when it came to DI, they told us that, oh, DI was only black people that was receiving those benefits. Found out, no, we was the bottom on the bucket that were receiving DI. We wasn't getting those benefits. Who was on top that was getting those type of benefits? The YT was the first ones that was getting those benefits. Just like when it came to welfare, they called us a welfare queen. We wasn't getting welfare. We was the bottom on the list. We worked. Yes, we worked. You see a few knuckleheads that they're gonna show on TV, they're gonna televise that, acting like a plum fool. But we work. Don't let these people sit there and keep pushing those lies. And even if they take those type of benefits away from us, we still know how to survive. And the reason why we can survive because we got that survivor kit inside. Big Mama taught us how to survive. We know how to live off the land. It's going to kick in. So we know how to survive. So just like I told you guys before, all we have to do is sit on the wall, pop our popcorns, and watch. This is historic to know that not just certain countries that's going to rise up. The entire planet of our melanated people is rising up where everything else is declining. Hey, call me. This gonna be the planet of the apes, whatever you want to call me on it. And I'm not boasting because I'm not gonna do what our oppressors did to us. But I know one thing: history is not gonna repeat itself. They knew that their time was almost over with, but we didn't know. We didn't know our time was almost over with. So, like I said, guys, if you don't have a profile picture or just I'm not gonna let you up. But they knew.
Something similar. I said something similar to the town hall. I said they know who I am, and then and the congressman and the congresswoman and the mayor of Stockton, California, was like, she was looking at me like I was confused. I was like, you know who I am, cause I've came here before many times. And when I say that they know that their day and their end is near, they're over here scared, fearsome. As the fact is, we keep waking up. They was never expecting that we was to wake up out of our pods, that we would
Absolutely.
stay asleep in these chambers, that we would stay asleep in these chambers and never wake up. That we was gonna continue to go into church, like everything was status quo. They never
Hmm.
expected it. What they're expecting is when we will let go of the brake, of
Hmm.
the throttle. When we will let go of the throttle and put the brake down. Because
Absolutely.
once we take that break and we stop driving, that's when they swarm in. So every time we came together, every time a black man and woman came together, we put
DM
together,
me, sober mind, because I can't really see it. DM me. Go ahead, Minister.
every time we came together and we put together movements and forums, well, why we can't come? But when they have it, they don't invite us. And they assume that we would never question it until recently. But y'all never joined us into none of y'all cookout meetings. None of y'all little cookouts. We were never invited. That's why I say, no, now that the mother has arrived, I'm enjoying watching what I'm watching. I'm enjoying the ass whooping of a lifetime. And when it's time for me to jump up and do something about it, I hope it's too late. It's gotta happen.
It
Because
will happen. Not gotta
many,
happen. It will happen.
of course, but for TikTok's sake, we're gonna say gonna.
No, this is
But yeah,
facts.
no,
But this is facts. We
but
ain't
yeah, no, when
sugarcoating no
it,
more. This is facts.
facts.
This is
No, I
facts.
know
Go and
it's
check
facts.
it
That's
out
why I
yourself.
said. No, I know. That's why I said for TikTok's sake, so we don't get the live flag. They don't want to.
Hmm.
They're not gonna want that out there. We know what's gonna happen, bro. We
The
know the
truth must be
ending of
told and
this
not
storyline.
sold.
That part. And any live they pull down that's telling the truth about this, they're admitting it to your face that it's finna happen. But for TikTok's sake, oh, it's gonna happen. Don't worry, TikTok. We're gonna keep your secret safe. We'll let them find out the end of this book. But spoiler alert, be alert.
Well, I can see this younger generation. This younger generation is not going to be like me. You know how we said they say, "Oh, just give them some, just give them a little mercy. Just be kind." Not this generation. This generation ain't coming for no peace. I'm telling you. You can hear it right now in this young generation voice right now. They are not going to come with peace. They coming with a two-edged sword. You see what I'm saying? You can hear it. You see?
The older
No
generation was
mercy.
the same
No
way.
mercy.
The older generation was the same way, but what happened was because it was less privy to the technology that we have, then that's where they stumped the older generation. So we have access to look things up. So if somebody tell us something at this present day, we can Google it. Like, bro, that's some bullshit. So, but if I was to go back in the 60s, I can't look up on Google. None of this is accessible to me. You know? So it was kind of like, okay, he said this, but you said that. I don't know what's going on. Nowadays, you gotta be stupid to believe one word, you know? So just like, that's what I said earlier in the comments. I said, well, our past prophets was kind of like, they knew, they seen glimpses of it to prepare for the blueprint. Martin Luther King, if he would have known everything he knew now, if he was to go on Google and Google search anything he can Google, ChatGPT, AI it, I don't care what he used. If he was able to pull up everything that was going on now, MLK would have been a whole different person.
Yep.
He would have been
But I think, not to cut you off, I think when it came to MK, it probably would have happened in his time. But because, he saw the suffering of our people, which you and we're going to talk about that as well, because I heard a little piece of you were talking about how they went and they lumped us all together. And that's how we was able to lose our true identity because, they wanted to make sure that we check that box so we could be able to be connected to the government. You know exactly what I'm saying. I'm not going to get too much of that information yet until I pull some more of that research. But I heard just a little piece of you. You was coming out and saying it earlier. You know where I'm going at, right, brother?
know exactly where you're coming from. That's kind of what I was
Yeah.
getting at. That
Yes.
literally was what I was getting at. Because it's just like, so in those time eras, before he made his bed, he had to find out last minute that I felt as though I led my people through a abandoned building. But if he would have been in a time frame like we are in now, MLK would have called on the second day. He would have ran into a spiritual brother or sister and said, bro. You know what you leading us into? They would have showed him books and they sort of, all these things would have played out differently. To where he would have said, oh man, let me change this narrative. But at that time, it was either Christianity, Islam. Your main black household was Christian, so he known by his title, he was a Christian. So he was just like, okay, I'm stumped. He didn't know it was a third option. It was a
I
third
think he
option to
knew. I
all of
think he
this.
knew. I think he knew, but he saw the suffering of our people, and that's when the NAACP, which I'm not going to get too much in it, because our people, they still have not been privy to some of this information. But when it came to the NAACP, they went ahead and they helped push that because that's the reason why so many of us was able to check that one box. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna talk to you about it. I'm gonna DM you.
That's no, like I
But if you
said,
want to
though,
talk
no,
about it,
no,
you
no
can. You
reason.
probably know a little more than me.
The reason why I'm saying that is right, because just like myself, right, I grew up in California. I grew up in Oakland, California, right next door, West Oakland, right next door to Berkeley, California. We used to go over there to go to the park over by Berkeley High School. I can't remember the name. Where all the hippies be. So he knew, yeah, like you said, he knew that it was an unlockable feature. That, oh, it's a third entry. But he didn't say it because when you think about it, you're like, oh, these are all hippies.
Hmm.
These motherfuckers is crazy, bro. They think they God, bro. It wasn't until I met. It was a hippie black woman and a hippie black man, bro. Spiritual as hell. My
Absolutely.
spiritual mother to this day. I could call this woman for any advice and she would give it to me. She put me on to the mother, the father. She broke everything down. She showed me books, Gnosticism, Christianity books, Baptist books. She gave me a book called The Light, which breaks down all the Bible verses. But she was like, and yeah, at the end of the day, it all returns back to the mother. It all has to. When you unalive in this very great end of this world, you return back to her. There's nothing else, nothing later. You see nothing further than that but the void. And you wait for your turn to redo it all over again. So they said, and they told you this, they said in the Bible, live fruitful and multiply, for that is your eternal gate.
Well, we did it because we
Living
fruitful,
fruitful.
we multiplying, and we rising. Okay. So
Yeah,
hold
that's what
hold
I'm
on one
saying.
second. Yep. Hold on.
Hey, real
Let's go
quick.
ahead and get
Got you.
them out positive. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead,
I was
positive.
just stopping by just to say hi. I was just stopping by just to say hi to the host. I really can't speak right now. I was here a couple of days ago and had a blast. Hopefully I'll see you sometime soon. Okay.
Okay, I'll be on probably a while, so make sure you come back. I think I remember you. You was the one that was going.
I
You're
was
talking
asking all the
to
questions. About
with D1 when D1 was talking about
yeah D1 exactly. Yeah, the Muslim. Yeah.
his it was called Muhammad Lips is still living today, right?
Yeah, and one guy was mad because I was laughing and what have you. I think that was another live that I was on, but somebody was upset about me laughing. Or was that your live?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it was here.
Yeah. I don't think it was here either. But
Yeah.
yeah. I remember talking to D1 and a few other people. Yeah, and a lot of them was asking me questions about the things that I said, about the questions that I was asking. So yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be on for a while. Tap the hearts to get me up there because my little tap is not working here.
you say tap the hearts.
Yeah, tap. Get my live up there.
Oh, like this. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, tap. Yeah. But I'm gonna be on
I
here
got you.
probably a little while. So you welcome back if you want to come up here.
No, I don't think I'll be back anytime today. It's gonna have to be some other
Okay.
time,
Well,
some other day.
whenever you're ready.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Wait,
All right.
positive. You
all right.
said you said you was laughing that Elijah Muhammad was alive.
No, I was
Huh?
laughing at a lot of things that were being said by several people on the
Oh,
live. It wasn't just him, but he was included.
oh,
Yeah.
and a lot of and I just wanted to let me clean that up, right? Because a lot of people they don't understand that when you say Elijah Muhammad is alive, you're just talking about your mind state, right? The mind
Well,
state that you
D1
gave
wasn't
up, and
talking
that's
about the
just
mind state. D1 was saying that he actually is alive.
And that's what
yeah,
I thought he was
through him.
saying, whenever he
That's what I'm
answered that
saying.
question. He
That's
gave me that
and that's what I'm
impression.
trying to clean that up, because you got a lot of members in the Nation of Islam. I'm a member, but I'm also spiritual. And when I started picking up comedic science, started learning what all this means, like bro, a lot of us talk out of our asses and we don't really understand the teachings. Like I had to tell my dad. My dad was like, we was talking about the math family supreme wisdom. I said, none of this is actual arithmetic. It's spiritual math. Like when they say 25,000 years, they just talking about the rising of what's going to happen. Elijah Muhammad predicted age of Aquarius. That's all he did, which was predicted thousands of trillions of years beforehand. So my dad was like, no. And I was like, yeah. And I went on ChatGPT. I looked up age of Aquarius, and it says exactly what I told him. It says 25,000 years later, this age will come about, and mind states will start to form and rise and become something new and different, right? So, so
Yeah,
I
but
showed my dad. I was like,
whenever we asked him about Master Farad Muhammad still being here in the flesh, he was telling us yes, that he's here
hey, because
in
like
the
I said, a
flesh.
lot of people don't know how to defend that motion. That motion, I would have hit him without it, because I would have talked to him like a brother to brother. I know like brother. That's not how it goes. It go when you pick up. If you wrote a book right now, you are still alive. If you wrote a book and you gave it to me, and this book was filled with teachings that could value my life on a day to day, I can now ignite and evoke you by reading your book, right?
What
Just
you
like if
lied
you
about?
remember, if you
I'm not
watch,
talking to you. I'm talking to Sober. You
no,
continue
no,
talking. I'm talking to Sober Mommy.
if you watch and paid attention to, if you watch and paid attention to the Book of Eli, at the end of the movie, what happened? When he lost the book, he still had the book inside of him because he was
That's
able
my
to
favorite
invoke that
movie.
book. He was able to. That's mine too. He was able to invoke
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
book on a
understand.
day-to-day
I understand
practice
what you mean.
so far past. I'm about to explain where he was coming from. Uh, so far past, he was able to recite the book unknowingly. He said, no, I still got it. Here's the words, word from word. And when they got the book, they found out it was in Braille and they couldn't even read it. Because he didn't
Okay.
really recognize it, even though he was blind, that he was able to recognize it and teach it.
Minister, hold your pulse right fast. Sober Mind said she got to say something. She was in a hurry.
No problem, no
What?
problem.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, I told Ozine that you said to unblock you to come and tell
No,
you
he
why
could
you
stay
mad.
blocked.
I I told him that you told me to tell him this, so he gonna unblock you and come over here.
No, he could stay blocked. He because he gonna get all in his feelings
But but
and cry like a baby.
I just wanted you to know that I lied just to get him to come over here and tell you why why he upset because he a crybaby. Oh, I don't want to say that, but I wanted you to know before he hurry up and unblock and see me up here telling he don't know that I'm lying. I want him to come over here and tell you he need to apologize.
Well, you tell him if he come over here, it's only grown folks. We ain't got time to pacify no babies here.
I'm about to go tell her because we're in another live together right now. So
Oh,
I'm about to go
what
tell her.
live y'all in?
And real talk,
You on my live right now?
real streets, real streets.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep, I'm about to go tell him you said come over.
Send me that live here. I might go in
Okay,
and
okay,
peep at it. All right,
okay,
be
bye.
blessed here.
Okay,
So
bye.
you continue, minister.
Okay, I have to get out
Saying
of here. I'll see you all some other
All
time.
right,
Take care.
all right, positive.
so
All
like
right,
what
all right.
positive was saying, that's where the craziness comes in at, right? Because I done
Hmm.
met people growing up in the Nation of Islam that be having pictures of Farrakhan and praying to him. I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to. He never asked for this. Why are you worshiping him? He never asked for your worship. He asked you to follow the message. You're like, well, this is our leader. No, he's not. He's our founder. He's
Yeah,
our teacher. He's not our leader. He's our leader. And they will literally stone you to unalignment thinking that this is it. No, you're supposed to follow the message and become your own leader. That
yeah.
was the teachings, to build your own nation for our people. So when they look at people like Malcolm and 13X, they said they were traitors. No, they wasn't. They did what they were supposed to do. They outgrew it and started it all over again. So that the process never unalives itself. It keeps going like a wheel. So they just
Thank you,
kept
sis.
saying, the wheel
Thank you
keeps
very
turning.
much.
They kept
Thank
saying,
you
the
very
wheel keeps
much.
turning. The wheel keeps
Thank you.
turning. And
Sister
none of them,
blessed, guys. Thank you very
and
much.
and none of them caught on. They kept saying the wheel. Well, how are we supposed to know? The wheel keeps turning. Build your own nation. Oh, I'm just gonna sit here
Thank you
because
very
the
much.
moment we get up and we start to say, I want to do for myself as a people, naturally we're gonna think, oh yeah, I'm supposed to wait for the leader. It's not follow
That's
the
it.
leader. It's follow the movement. When the movement starts, the movement offers the
Thank you
blueprint.
very much.
You take the blueprint, you run with the blueprint, create your new blueprint from that blueprint. You
That's
know?
it.
So if it's something from my blueprint, like when I started my movement, I told the people, like I told anybody who joins in, you gotta have your own blueprint. You can use
Absolutely.
my blueprint as a foreground, as a default, but you gotta come up with your own. This blueprint is not for you. Anybody who joins
That's
up under
it.
me has it's not their own business. All this.
Well, we raising up right
Because
now.
at the end of the day, you distracted that part. Oh, I've been seeing it. I've been recognizing this.
Hmm. Well,
Because
it's
the moment
happening. It's
you
happening
forget
right
this,
now. So it's no longer prophecy. It's happening right now. So guys, if you're just coming on, you seeing right now, this is actually facts. You can go out there and check it out yourself. Where the Africa population will hit 2.5 billion by 2050, and the largest workforce on this planet. I didn't say different countries. I said on this planet. Go and check out this information yourself. So let's continue talking about it, brother. Minister, we did this right here.
I
This
was, I
information
was
is out there.
those
I'm
stats. I was
excited.
loving it. I was loving it. I was loving those stats. But yeah,
That's
nah.
it.
When people go about that far and they really think that physically in the flesh he's alive or not, no. Then you become like the Christians. You turn it into Christianity.
Mhm.
He's not physically walking on earth. You become like God, you Judas people. He's not physically walking on earth. He was never left because you were born. The human mind was born. He never left through you. But when you start saying, oh, Elijah's here, Jesus is here, Yeah, Jews are walking earth. Then you done already perverted it. And now it's some weird shit going on. It's not paranormal and no. But we were taught to not think on this level. So now the first human being that comes up and say, oh, I'm Jesus, you believe it. It becomes a real thing. Instead of seeing yourself in the lines of the Father. But we all know in 1 John 2:6, what he said? He said that he who abideth in my name was walking the shoes that I walked. That would mean to get your ass up and walk in his shoes and stop just waiting for somebody. If you believe, you believe. It ain't no
Well,
waiting.
the sleeping giant is waking up, guys. So, either you in or you out. Just like I said earlier, the sleeping giant is waking up. Our people is waking up. So if everybody wants to sit there and fight over their belief, that's something on them. Because in order for us to continue rising up for the betterment of our people, we're gonna have to sit there and we're gonna have to put a lot of things on the side, and that's real talk. So, yeah, plain and simple. You're absolutely right, Minister. So, I don't care who you are, what title that you have. We coming out of this with or without you. We coming out of this right here, and we coming out as a whole. That's the one accord. And this right here, this is not a hocus pocus story. This is not a belief. Go out there and do your research. You'll see right now, not just certain countries, the entire planet. Africa is rising up. All the rest of the races is declining. And they knew that. They knew it. That's why they kept us so distracted. They didn't want us to talk about this information because they feel that they got time. They trying to figure out what could we do to stop this. You can't do nothing, but except what God allowed. You can't do nothing. Your time is up. The clock has struck zero. God gave you a chance to repent. You didn't repent. You sat there and say, "Oh, it's on us." No, it wasn't on us. It was on you. So now you see you right now. This is facts. This is go and check it out yourself. You are seeing right now a great awakening where God is raising up his people, where the first going to be last and the last is going to be first. Go and check out this right here yourself. Don't take my words. Go and check it out yourself. African population will hit 2.5 billion by 2050. The largest workforce on earth. And we get to see this right now. We may not be a part of it, but at least we get to see it. And our grandchildren gonna be a part of the largest workforce where they don't have to worry about if they're gonna have a few crumbs thrown to them here and there, or could they sit at master table. No, the entire house gonna belong to us, okay, in a few more years. And that's real talk. So go ahead, Minister.
I was just listening. Like I say all the time, it's cities underneath your city. Like people
We're
don't
gonna
even
talk about
understand.
that.
Like, yeah, it's cities underneath your cities. Cities, back rooms, and they don't tell you about these things. Many people don't even realize that they have their own function. When COVID happened, the first thing celebrities was doing, they would put it on the news. Mark Zuckerberg building a bunker, underground bunker, over a disease. I go a plague. They were building bunkers. Bill Gates building bunkers the size of colonies. We thinking this world's forever. Oh yeah, this gonna be good. I got a Mercedes. I got a mansion. Nobody give a damn. They ready to bounce about and leave you. Your dollar won't mean nothing. You started seeing through COVID, white folk was buying up water and tissue paper, preparing themselves, and we sitting here partying. They buying up water, tissue paper, all the fruits and canned vegetables, canned foods. They was buying all this up to be prepared. and not telling you a word, but saying we are one human family. They were
That's
preparing.
it.
They still are. They've been preparing for their exit strategy. Meanwhile, you walk into a grocery store. I did a live because I work in a grocery store. On sale, they got pine cones for sale for $5.99. You was, oh, well, that's for
Pine
fragrance. No,
cones. Why pine cones?
they got pine cones. They got pine cones.
For what?
The pine cones are raw mineral.
Oh, okay.
You can use that for energy sources, light powering. You can
You
charge
talking
up a
about the pine
battery.
cones that's in a tree?
Pine cones, yeah.
I have
All
a
these
whole
things
bunch
can
of
be
them
used for a lot of.
outside. And they
Yeah, you
selling
can
it?
use that for. Yeah, they sell them for $5.99 at the grocery store.
Are you? I could give you a whole boatload of pine cones to fall in my yard. Are you serious?
They have them on
Oh my
sale at the grocery
God.
store on Christmas week. They still got it going on for sale, $5.99. These are for sale. Yeah, you can
I
use them
didn't
for
know
fire,
that.
cooking food,
If y'all want some pine cones,
fire, cooking.
I live in the woods. I got nothing but the pine cones.
That's my point. Like you can use them for so many things, and they know this,
Are
but
you
they're charging
serious?
you for it. Orlando Brown said it best when he said they're charging you for water. Water? Come on, that's free.
So you mean I could go right
I
now
could,
and pick up those pine cones and sell them right now?
yeah.
What? Oh my, oh my God, I got me a
He said
new
that's for
job.
sin.
See your
That's
TikTok. I got me
people.
a new job. I'm gonna go pick up some pine
People are
cones.
saying that's for sin. That's potpourri. No, it's not, bro. That is for
Uh-huh.
fires. That is for food. Because what is a pine cone? Pine cone is just wood. It's literally
He
just
said they
wood
say
that's
he
crumpled
not
up.
to cut y'all minister. He say he live on a farm. I need to turn my yard back and let you see this huge field. I live in the woods, all woods, and let you see what's in my backyard. And I'm about to make me some money. So see it TikTok. They say love. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and all that it belongs to you. Look, I got money right now in my yard and didn't know what I was doing with just raking it up and throwing it in the trash can. Oh my! And they selling pine coins in the store. So how many for $5, Minister?
Like 12. It's like 12. It's like 12 in
12
the
for five
bag.
dollars for
12 for
five
five
dollars.
ninety nine plus tax. 99 cents added
Wow.
on extra plus tax. I wonder if I can
Well,
find it. Hold on, I'm
my
about to see if I
husband
can
just
find it.
raked a whole pile right now. So I say a pile. It looked like at least about maybe 100. You see what I'm saying? He just raked. Wow, that's awesome. That's
I'm gonna see if
awesome.
I
I
can
didn't
find it
know
right
that.
now. Oh,
That is awesome, guys. I promise. I didn't even know that. Did you know that, Miss Black? Because I didn't know that. And I live right here down in the South. We got all of that. I mean, all of that could make me some money right now by selling pine cones. I'm going to see how much that I could sit there and sell it. I didn't know it, and I live right here
it's sold
in the
out.
woods.
They had it at the front. It was literally
Mm.
at the front of the register. And I was just like, I posted, I was on Sydney's live. And I went full first person, and I put it on camera. And I showed it. It was like 12 in the pack for $5.99 pine cones.
Mm.
And then somebody just said, yeah, that's
Wow,
good
I
for
didn't know
Christmas
that.
because it's potpourri. I said, no, it's not. That's used for many
He said
things
you
other
can
than
make a
potpourri.
tea. He said
Stop
you
it.
can make a tea out of that as well.
Yeah, you can do a lot with pine cones.
I
You
didn't
can
know.
make it, put it in your food. If you grind it up correctly, you can put it in your food and
Hmm.
use it as a seasoning. You gotta do a lot of
Wow,
purification to it, but yeah, you can make it into your food and eat a
wow.
pine cone.
I didn't. I promise you, I didn't know that. I see
But
God
they
is just
selling it as
hanging with me. Thank you for hanging with me, God. Thank you. We gonna come live tomorrow. Yeah. Don't let me cut you off, Minister.
It's good. It's good. My
Yeah.
phone's on duplicate. I'm just recognizing my
Yeah.
phone died.
I'm gonna stay
You good?
on about maybe about 15 more minutes, and then after that, I'm gonna wrap it up. But I enjoyed this right here, this information that I went ahead and put out because the thing about it is that we don't talk about stuff like this. We set up our platforms and we talk about stuff that is pretty much irrelevant. This is some information to know when it comes to the African population. It's rising so fast. And all you see right now, you see Bible prophecies, all this stuff we knew was going to happen. You know, we knew all this stuff was going to happen. And now we get to see this and see information like this. It goes so, so slow, but that's all right. I just hope others will follow along and talk about stuff like this. We are rising up. We are waking up. Where Pharaoh, you don't have no other choice but to let God's people go. Because we already know all this right here is false evidence appeared to be real, just like Pharaoh. Pharaoh knew he couldn't do without God's people. We start working, then everything will collapse. We stay home right now today. This is Bible prophecies. If we stay home right now today, what do you think is going to happen? We gave them a 400-year head start. And they'll tell you you lazy. They'll tell you go back to Africa. All that's just playing with your mind. That's why I don't understand when I see these brothers come on the platform each and every day and they arguing. And these people laughing. They want to see confusion because they know when we fight, then we divide. We can't do nothing divided. But when we come together, we can be a force to be reckoned with. A force to be reckoned with. I got 15 more minutes or maybe a few more minutes, 10 more minutes, and after that, that's it. But I'm just telling you guys, go and do your research and go and find all this information and put this information out because this must be told. Our people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. We are rising up. We know everything about us. Everything about us is gold. Okay, everything about us is gold. We rise up. We coming out of this. And the only reason why we are not privy to this information because we likes to be entertained. They know exactly what we like. They are already embedded in us. They know how we move, how we think. We got to close the doors to these people. We got to get them out our head, get them out our mind, get them out our pockets because we already know we coming out of this. It's time for us to wake up. This right here, what you see right now is about to happen. And this is not a hocus pocus story. This is real. Go and check it out yourself. Come back and say, Lady D, I went ahead and I did my research when it comes to African population is rising up where they're going to take over the whole workforce, but yet they are making robots. Why do you think these people are making robots? Why do you think that these people are making all this stuff and taking the place of humans? That's just to show you how crafty these people is. They know that their time is almost up. So, oh, I don't like them. We're going to see if we can make robots to take over the jobs because they think that they are rising up where they're going to be able to take over the whole workforce. That's just to show you the hatred that these people have, where they would rather make robots to take human jobs. But God said there, say your sins have reached the highest heavens. It's not going to work. Everything that these people try to do against us, it always backfired. And I'm not talking about, oh, I'm talking about the elites. I'm talking about, because we're not fighting against flesh and blood. I'm talking about people in high places, principalities, rulers, wickedness. That's who I'm talking about. But we ain't going nowhere. You tried to take us out. But just like that comedian said, we don't die, we multiply. You didn't want to share. We only own 1% of corporate businesses. 1% of corporate businesses. Now, everything that the cankerworms, the palmer worms, the locusts, and the caterpillars has taken from us, you're going to have to return it. And I'm going to sit there and I'll pull it out in the book of Revelation. They're going to sit there and they're going to be running to the hills back to where they came from. Or they're going to be begging for mercy. I'm talking about the elites. You didn't want to share. You didn't want to live together in harmony. You wanted division. Now you see it right now. Don't take my word. I don't have to have a title. I don't even have to have a PhD to tell you this. All this stuff right here is already out there. The African population is rising up. The workforce is booming. They'll tell you no work. You tell that devil they're a liar. Get out of that. Get out of social media. Absolutely nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Everything go round and round and round and round. And that's why they was out there seeking what they can devour because they know that their time was almost up. We are right now at the final hour, any day. And one thing that we know, it can happen just like we read in the Bible. It can be a beautiful day. People going out about their own businesses, weddings, just enjoying their day. Then suddenly, and that's what you're going to see because their sins has reached the highest heavens. And that's why they're plotting right now. All YT cabinet look just like them. That cabinet that they have look just like it was back then when it was the backwards. How they got together. Let's figure out how we can suppress these people. Let's figure out how everybody can get a piece of the pie to scrabble for Africa. They had a meeting, a conference of all YT people looking like them. That's why they went ahead and put President Trump back into the business. I mean, into the seat because he was a businessman. We need him back because we already know we could sit there and we could get all this stuff together and he'll just sign off it. And that's exactly what he did. But that's all right. You can sign as much as you want because the truth has slowly but surely came back home. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The truth has slowly came back home. And don't take my word, guys. Don't take my words. You either of this world or you're not. Like I said there and say, we right here, this earth belongs to us. He said the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It all belongs to us. Don't let these people tell us no different. All you see right now, when they peeked into our future, but the thing about it, when they peeked in it, they didn't see the end results. They didn't see that it was doomsday for them. And one thing, the Most High God does not work the way that we work. So he already knew the end results. That's why he said, it is finished. It is done. See, 1,000 years is like one day to him, but one day feel like 1,000. So the night could be a.m. don't have to be night. A.m. don't have to be morning. A.m. and a p.m. is when you wake up. And we are waking up right now. And I might not be able to see it, but I heard it. I may could see a glimpse, just like Moses. Moses was able to see just a glimpse. But my children gonna be able to eat off of the land. The harvest is plentiful. Don't let these people tell you nothing different. We are coming out. We are out. Don't let them put you back to sleep. When you start seeing all this stuff that's happening, Don't let it get to you. All that right there is only rumors of wars. Rumors. We are coming out. Go and check it out yourself. Right here, I just read it. You are about to see a restoration. You are about to see reversal. The first gonna be last, and the last gonna be first. You're about to see it right now. You're about to see it right now. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. You're about to see it right now. I wonder if D1 knew that. I bet you D1 didn't even know that himself. D1 didn't know this. D1 did not know that when it comes to the African population before 2050, that the young generation going to have the workforce globally. Did you know that, D1? Did you know that? Let me read it to you again. It says African population is projected to reach approximately 2.5 billion by 2050, up from about 1.5 billion today, driven by highest, the highest workforce going to be on this earth by the African population. And the reason why that's going to be happening is because of high fertilities. That means that our facility, fertility is going up. Their fertility is going down, okay? Theirs is going down. It says this would represent about 25% of the global population, which is expected to hit around 9.7, 9.8 billion by then. So our fertility is going up, okay? Regarding the workforce, typically defined as the working age population from 15 to 64. Our people is working from 15 to 64. Don't let these people tell you that we are lazy because we are not lazy, okay? We are not lazy. They'll tell you that we are lazy. But from 15 up to 64, you're going to see the population is going to grow around 1.6 billion by 25, accounting for nearly 25% of the global total and making it the largest regional workplace on this planet. Let me go ahead, back it up. Because I like this. The largest regional workforce on this planet. This is because African population and the younger is entering a prime working year where many other regions facing aging. Many others they are aging. You know we don't age. I'm going on next month gonna be 60 years old and don't have a wrinkle in my face, maybe just a little bit. Black don't crack, okay? And like I said, they say this is not being racist. That's why I don't understand why we won't sit there and we want to bleach our skin. We want to put all those injections all in our face. We don't need all that. We don't need all that. We ain't going nowhere. If anything, we get younger, okay? Younger. I will be 60 years old next month, okay? And that's real talk. So, right here it says, let's go ahead and continue. The other races, don't take my word. Go and check it out yourself. Check it out yourself. Go and check it out. Other races right now, they are aging. Aging. So that's why they putting all that stuff in them. But that stuff right there is going to sooner or later go play effect on you. Okay? It's gonna play effect on you. You know, put all that stuff, keep pumping all that stuff in you. It's gonna play effect. It's just gonna make you age. Because now that with the environment, with all this other stuff that these people are doing, it's not going to blend in with all those chemicals, those injections that's in you. Okay, that's real talk. That's real talk. Okay. So right here it says that this is because African population, which I did talk about, working with many other regions facing Asian population and shrinking workforce. Okay, Asian, even the Asians. The Asian currently is the largest right now, which they said, but I don't believe it. But they say Asian, we already know very beautiful, beautiful people, Asian people, very beautiful. I think, they are very beautiful. But like I said, that's on the out. Inside, like I said, that's a whole different story. But let's go ahead and talk about the Asian, because I don't know if I'm gonna go ahead and make some little shorts of this right here. But the Asian currently, the largest is expecting to see its working age population peak, and then it's about to decline. The Asian about to decline. The fertilities, the sperm count is going to decline as well. So now you see, just like somebody already had put up that nothing is new around the sun. So the reason why our people, our silly, gullible people, I'm talking about people that look like me, wants to come off of their holy of holiness and intermingle, knowing that these people is trying to sit there and they trying to, at least the women trying to have children. So that's why they mingling with you. That's why you see Chinese and Japan, and I'm gonna say allegedly. This was for research and educational purposes only. You see Chinese men in Africa marrying African women, bringing them back there to China. What you think they're gonna do? Raise their kids? Not no African culture. I could tell you that. And before you know it, they need that seed. They need those genes. Oh my God, wake up. They need those genes to preserve. So when you sitting there, you seen how today you seen all this stuff happening, going after these healthy, young, melanated gods. They need it because they wants to have babies because they know when it comes to their men is not producing. And I already read to you, this is not no misinformation. Their men is not producing. It's declining. Where they want to have healthy, strong children that can run this race, that can endure until the end. The black man is God. He, that they even tried to sit there back then. Don't take my word. Don't take my word. Go and check it out yourself. Back then, it called, and I might be pronouncing it wrong because I got this thick country tongue, this accent. But it's called the mambale, where they used to have the royalty. Don't you know they used to crush up skulls, human skulls, African skulls, and they used to put it in their tea or their hot chocolate. And the European people used to drink it because they saw how well endowed, the black melanated guys was. So they wanted the Mandingo as well. They wanted the Mandingo as well. So they feel that if they could sit there and drink it and eat us, then they'll be well endowed themselves. Or back then they didn't have Advils and Tylenol's, so they used to crush our human skulls and they used to drink it as a sedative because it used to make their headaches go away. I can't tell you no lie. This is true. But yet they'll tell you we 1/5 of a human being. We heathens. We soulless people, but you used to eat us. I'm not going to tell you no lie. The chickens are coming home to roost. Cock a doodle doo. Cock a doodle doo. So, on that note, guys, while I'm in bed, because you know how TT is, but TT don't like us with this type of information. But like I said, the truth must be told and not sold. I just hope when it comes to our people that we can get out of our feelings with all that different stuff that we sitting there trying to tear each other behind. They laughing at us because that keeps us asleep. Stuff like this, letting you know that we are rising up, that we are about to be what they want to call the planet of the apes, whatever you want to call us. Call me Zora, okay? You would call me whatever you want, long as I know my children's children gonna be able to sit there and eat off the land, okay? And get back what the devil done take from us. And that's real talk. So on that note, guys, you all be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in. Okay. And my girl, Goddess, thank you very much. My girl, Miss